Hello everyone, a little different kind of a video today, a shorter one and a little more impromptu. I am standing at a very special spot. I'm sure many of you know immediately where I am. Everyone will recognize this here. That is of course the Acropolis with the Parthenon there in Athens. And I am standing at the birthplace of democracy and free speech, and by that I don't just mean Athens itself, I mean this very spot where I'm standing, which is the hill of the Pnyx, as it's called, which, as some of you will know, is where the assembly of Athens met in ancient times, where free speech was practiced. And over here you can even see the Areopagus. It might be hard to see, but that was the law court for the most severe kinds of crimes. Anyway, here at the Pnyx, there isn't much that remains in terms of ruins, but this is the spot where Demosthenes, for example, would speak against the encroachment by the Macedonians from the north, against the threat of dictatorship and invasion. And this is where free speech, both in two Greek forms, paresia and isagoria, were practiced. Paresia is basically the right to say everything, anything that you want, from pan, paresia, everything, and isagoria, which is the right of everyone to speak, not just a few at the top of the elite, but the right of everyone to speak. Now, I hope you can all hear what I am saying. It's a bit windy, which is good actually, because it's also quite warm, good for me at least. I'm sorry for the slight shakiness of the video as well. I don't have a tripod this time, but I'm holding my phone with my hand. But the reason I wanted to make this video rather impromptu, as I said, is because when I came to this spot here, the Pnyx, I was reminded of the ancient and venerable nature of free speech. We live in an era, as you're all aware, in which free speech is being increasingly encroached upon by both individuals and corporations, and increasingly also by governments, which is the worst thing. But in a spot like this, one is reminded of how old and venerable our tradition of free speech is, how much it has had to overcome over the centuries and even over the millennia in order to be with us today, and so that therefore we should not despair. I know a few people who tend to throw up their arms in exasperation at the totalitarian or wannabe totalitarian attempts at curtailing our freedom of speech nowadays. And so I want to say to them and to everyone that the freedom of speech that was born on this very spot has overcome, as I said, so many obstacles to be with us today. The spirit of Socrates and Demosthenes lived in Cicero, and it lived in Winston Churchill later on in his oratory, and in many other figures. And therefore the threats at our tradition that exist today are almost like nothing in the grand scheme of things, which is not to say that we should not take them seriously. I take them very seriously, but it does mean that we should be confident of ultimate victory. And that is all. Thank you.